Well, Steve White, Steve R89. Well, I have been doing a review, or posting a review a day of gay films for first few days of Pride Month. I was planning to do that for the whole month until I realised I only have like 18 reviews left. I thought I had like enough to do like 2 full months, but I think I put some extra ones up last year. Um, I thought I better go back and watch that gay movie I spotted the other day, and I'm probably gonna have to start looking for some gay movies, if I'm gonna, have a review for every month, every day of the month. But I found this film called In From the Side. I thought it was an Australian film. I started watching it. I thought it was set in Melbourne. I swear to God, I'm embarrassed because it became apparent eventually that it was London. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, Basically, it's about a guy in a rugby team that is all gay. At first, I thought it was going to be about this guy in a rugby team and all the dramas of being a gay guy in a rugby team. Then I realised, oh, the whole team is gay. Okay. Um, in this disgusting scene where they're at a pub afterwards where they did okay because they're like, I don't understand sports. They're like the B team. So it's like A teams and B teams or something, and it's like the gay team is the B team. I don't know. They seem like a charity case because one of the guys in charge seemed to be like negotiating with someone who like runs the league or something to keep them in or something, or I don't know. But there's a scene where they're celebrating and they drink a pint and then they have to put the empty glass on their head, and the second guy who does it, not the main guy, this other guy, Pinky, he throws it up into the glass, which I'm like, well, thank God he got it all in the glass, but then he drinks it again and swallows it. I'm like, oh my God, that's the most disgusting thing I've seen, because he'd been eating as well, so I don't think it was, it was horrific. So just warning, trigger warning there, if you can't watch people, vomit and drink their own vomit, don't watch this film. Aside from that, it was okay. Um, Basically, yeah, this guy meets this other guy afterwards after celebrating in a club, and he finds out he's one of the guys from one of the A teams who are all a bunch of a-holes. Because they think they're better than all the B teams. I'm like, I don't understand the politics here. I don't know sports, and especially not British sports. I have no idea. I barely understand Australian sport. I'm gay. How do they put gay and sports together? I mean, aside from watching the men, I don't. Yeah, so okay. Um, yeah, so they hook up and they both have boyfriends, although one isn't supposed to be playing, the other one is, but he's only allowed to have one-offs, but he keeps seeing this guy. And they're having a full-on affair eventually, and this guy eventually leaves his A team to go play on the B team so they can play together, and he's like, why didn't you tell me about this? And I really had no sympathy or empathy or affection for these men because they're both cheating whores. Uh, no respect. No, oh, we fell, oh, we love each other, oh, how, no, you know what you're doing, it's wrong, I cannot be on your side. And when it all fell apart, I'm like, good, you deserve it, hope you suffer, you're suffering, good, I'm enjoying it. I was not on their sides at all for a second. The only remotely interesting part was when, because the other guy, okay, the A guy, his relationship apparently is dead, but he owes the guy because he helped him through like addiction or some bad phase in his life, so he's there out of obligation. I'm like, the other guy, his partner's away all the time, and he's very lonely, very unhappy, and he basically said, well, you can play while I'm away, but that doesn't help with the emotional needs that he has that aren't being fulfilled. So I have a tiny little bit of understanding why he got involved or wanted to get involved with someone else, but what you need to do is tell your partner, I need more than just, I'm not getting what I need. I'm looking towards other people and not wanting to have one-offs. I want someone that I can actually, have, I see every day that supports me, blah, blah. So, yeah, but he didn't do that. He just cheated. And eventually they get caught out on New Year's Eve, and it's quite a moment because the boyfriend of A punches out the main guy, the B guy, in front of everyone, and he's lying on the ground. It was right on midnight because they got caught. And this bitch, basically, who's been watching the whole time and had a bit of an idea, as soon as he had evidence, ran and told everyone. So he's on the ground, he looks up at the guy, he's like, you going to say anything? Doesn't say a word, and he just leaves him like, did you expect anything more than that? Did you think a cheater was going to come out like a white knight? No. Just a cheating bitch. Just a whore, just a slut. Sorry, no respect for cheaters. I've been cheated on once. No respect for them. No excuse for it. There is no excuse for it. Just, you know what your relationship is. You know what your commitments are. stick to them or change them, but tell the person this is not working before you go and fuck someone. And if you do get drunk or something and lose control and do something, then tell them immediately. There's no excuse. I'm sorry, there's no excuse. So I could not be with these guys. I was just watching them, waiting for it to go all fall apart and hoping they'd suffer and learn something from it. And one of them did. The B guy kept coming back and the A guy's like, are you not watching? Have you missed what just happened? So he doesn't get back with him, and he had a weird moment I meant to mention with his mother. His mother said, you know what? Because when the boyfriend wouldn't come home with him for Christmas, he got the B guy to come home. I'm like, you took the guy you're cheating with home with your parents? What the? How? Okay. You're not even hiding it now. And the mother's like, she's drunk and flirting with the guy the whole time. He's kind of cute, but not really. If you like guys who act and dress straight and have beards and don't know how to be gay. She's like, you know, me and your dad were cheating. He was with another girl and I was with him and I stayed with him because I knew I could steal him. And I'm like, you bitch. And she's like, but guess what? He's cheated on me my whole life. You can't change a person. And he's like, Mum, she's like, it's okay, I'm over it. I got my alcohol, I'm good. I think she cheated as well. So it's like, you start a relationship with lies and deception, that's what you're getting. So this guy did actually learn. He didn't continue seeing this guy. He went off and got a clue. And hopefully the next relationship will be a nice, healthy one with someone who can actually be there for him. Now, the last game, I must mention, the last game that they played, the boyfriend who left, because the boyfriend who got cheated on had some dignity. He's like, yeah, I've made up a bed in the other room and then you can move out tomorrow. That would be what I'd do. Because he owned the house. This boy was living on him, basically. And I think that was a relationship. Like, I'm rich, I can't be here because I'm doing lots of business things that make me a lot of money, but stay in my nice apartment like a good little kept boy. You can play on the side and just be there when I need you. And fuck your needs and your emotional needs. So, yeah. I've also had one of those. So he actually, left and stayed left. He did come to the last game and he was watching from the side. He didn't notice he was there at all. He was talking to some girl like, how's the rules work? And she's like trying to explain to him like, obviously this one from the gay team. And he comes up to him afterwards and he's like, he sees the other guy, the B guy, and he's like, yeah, I just want to see you play your game. It's like closure for me. I'm going to go off and find someone who doesn't cheat on me, someone who I guess is happy to be a kept boy with no emotional support. And he left. So those two had a clue. The other guy left the team, stayed with his man, but is just going to cheat again because he's not happy and he's just going to use that as an excuse. So at least the main guy, he suffered, he learned, he moved on. I'd like to think in future he finds a nice man, has an honest relationship, doesn't cheat, and they live happily ever after, because I believe that can happen with two responsible, mature adults. A lot of judgment in this film. I was talking back to the TV saying, why are you doing this? You're a slut, you're a whore, why? Don't do this, why are you doing this? That was how I spent the film, most of the film, which wasn't really entertaining, but at least it was involving. I was like invested in these people being horrible and them being, punished. So, I'm going to go because my rant's up to 8 minutes and 50 seconds. But I mean, I don't know if it's a good film or not because I hated the characters. I kind of believed the story because people do stupid shit like this all the time. But I didn't want to be there. It's like, when you know someone's cheating and you see it at a party and it's like, oh God, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be watching this. I don't want to know because I've got to tell that person, blah, blah. It felt like that. So I don't know, maybe if you love that drama, you can get involved in this, just like, watching the episode of Real Housewives and you can just see, the train wreck coming. For me, I was just like, I thought there was going to be some nice little film about some gay guy winning a place on a team and finding respect amongst the heteros or something like that. And no, just a cheat and hoe. But at least he learnt something. So I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Did I already say that? I don't know. I say it so often you feel like you said it already. But yeah, British film. That was the other thing. I'm like, how did I think this was based in Melbourne? Okay, it's always raining and wet, and I'm like, we're in the middle of winter, so it felt like Melbourne. And we do have a wheel, or we did. We had, yeah, like kind of like London, and it's near like, like, oh, how did I think that was Melbourne? I did for a second there. There's like one like city shot, and I'm like, oh, there's the wheel of I forgot what it's called now because it failed. I think they tore it down in the end. I was in a relationship with someone in Docklands where they were building it, and the whole time we were together, they were building it, and then they finished it after we went our separate ways, and I wasn't going to go down to Docklands to ride on it because I didn't want to, I wasn't allowed to go there anymore. Literally, threats and intimidation from the partner. So there's no way I was going there, so I missed it. And then apparently it failed. No one went on it. They spent millions. They had to start it and stop it and start it and start all over again. And I never got to ride it, and now it's gone. So I don't know how I thought that was the London skyline, but I did.